Yo, what's going on, everybody? This video, we're going to look at the 14-game slate we have on tap for this Tuesday. Decided to make my video a bit early tonight because we got 3 really late games and don't feel like staying up until 2 o'clock to make this video. Right now, I don't have my final score or my lineup, obviously, but I'll post that as always on Twitter. If you want to check that out. Derek Holland just started off, but he's off to a great start, 4 strikeouts. Struck out the first 4 batters, and he's up to 4 strikeouts in 2 innings. Hopefully he finishes good, and Tehran still, gave up a home run in the first, but hopefully he settles down. But anyway, if you want to join the team, you can visit the website, thedfsprocess.com. Please be sure to hit the video with a like and make sure to subscribe as well. And let's get right into it. 14 games, lots to talk about. Might have some weather concerns, although I don't think they're that serious. We got Max Scherzer on the slate, and whenever we have Max Scherzer on a slate, we're going to get Scherzer usually at over 50% owned in cash games, no matter how big of a slate that is. 13.3 is a big price tag. He's a bit down from when he was at 14,000. So if he's in a good spot against the Rays. Unfortunately, the Rays don't strike out a lot, and they are a pretty pesky offense. But Scherzer has been dominant at home, so if you want to play Scherzer at 13.3, I have no problem with that. But I just it's just hard for me to pay that much for a pitcher, especially on a monster slate where I can find some other pitchers that should return, good point per dollar wise. And we got a lot of offenses that I want to target, specifically the Red Sox offense. The Red Sox are always dominant at home. They average a league high 6.21 runs per game in Fenway Park. The next closest team is just barely over 6 runs at home. So the Red Sox offense is always in play at home. They get a great matchup here against Artie Lewicki, who he hasn't been a starter for long. He's mostly a bullpen guy. Not sure how long he's going to last here. Got lit up in the minors, so I'm not expecting anything out of him. I think the Red Sox should absolutely crush him, especially since the game is played in Fenway. So I love a Red Sox stack today. I love an Oakland stack as well against Matt Moore. Oakland is playing in the hot Texas weather, getting out from the big Coliseum. So they get a huge ballpark upgrade going into Arlington. I love the Oakland bats as well. So the Red Sox and Oakland are the 2 primary teams I want to target here. I also want to get some one-offs from maybe a couple teams. But starting off the pitcher, I'm going to go Joe Musgrove at 7,500. 2 starts so far this season for him. Coming from the Astros last season where he was great. He was injured, but he came back and was very solid in both starts. And pretty tough matchups in both of them. Won 7 innings in each start. He went from 67 pitches to 100 pitches, so we don't have to worry about a pitch count at all with him. This Dodgers offense, they put up a lot of runs in Coors, but PNC Park is, but Coors is the best ballpark in the league for hitting. PNC Ballpark is not nearly that. It's a mediocre ballpark at best. And the Dodgers have not been great against right-handed pitching this season. Even with the offensive explosions at Coors, they're still hitting just .245 against righties this season, which is 18th in MLB. So the middle of the pack there. Musgrove just has a lot of upside at 7,500. He's been pitching great. He was also a very solid option last season when he was with the Astros. So 7,500, I do like him here. I'm going to go really kind of in the mid-range at pitching. I usually like to go mid-range on the slate. But second pitcher is going to be Nathan Eovaldi at 7,100. Now, Eovaldi, what a great comeback story from him. He pitched against Oakland. That was his first start since 2016 when he was with the Yankees. And he was absolutely electric in this start. He had a no-hitter through 6, but they pulled him because that was his first start in 2 years. So they did not want to push him too hard. But his pitch count should be up a little more now. His stuff was electric. It's not like he was washed up. As you see here, his fastball hit over 100 miles per hour. His fastball averaged 98.5, and his splitter was just electric at 89.8. So he has great stuff. The Rays are always an organization that gets a lot out of their pitchers. And against the Washington Nationals, I picked on them with Mike Fultonowicz the other day, and he had a gem performance for the Braves where he went the complete distance, only giving up 2 hits, put up like 49 DraftKings points in that one. I think Eovaldi should pitch about 80 to 90 pitches in this one. Does have a lot of upside. The Nationals are not very good against righties. They are just hitting .237 batting average against righties, which is 22nd in Major League Baseball. They're also not that great at home. They are averaging just 3.88 runs per game in Washington, D.C., which is just the 9th lowest mark in baseball for runs at home. So I think Eovaldi is a really solid option here at 7,100. Has a ton of upside. Now, getting on some of these bats, I mentioned the Red Sox and Oakland. Starting off first base, I love Mitch Moreland here at 4,600. Mitch Moreland has been on fire at home, like a lot of the Red Sox. All the Red Sox absolutely crush in Fenway, and Moreland's no different. At home, he's batting .348 with a .681 slugging percentage. They only play Moreland against righties. Against righties, he has a .321 batting average with a .679 slugging percentage. So he's absolutely crushes the ball against righties. And I do love him here at home in Fenway. Second baseman, I love Jed Lowry here at 4,500. Lowry's just really solid. He's excellent away. On the road, the Coliseum is probably the worst hit the ballpark, so it makes sense that wants to get out of that. A lot of the Oakland bats absolutely come alive. Lowry's hitting .313 on the road with a .557 slugging percentage. He has 7 home runs on the road compared to just 2 at home. And it's a great matchup against Matt Moore. Lowry also crushes right-handed left-handed pitching. He bats .328 with a .461 slugging percentage against lefties. And Matt Moore has just been getting lit up against lefties and righties. So I love a full Oakland stack today. If you're making multiple lineups, I would go full Oakland stack, full Red Sox stack, and then just a couple of other random stacks that are, if you're playing like 5 or 6 tournament lineups. But I like Lowry a lot. Even though he's in a bit of a slump, he's just hitting .214 in his last 10 games. I think going into Arlington is a great way to get your bat going. Now in the outfield, I love Andrew Benintendi at 5,000. And since Mookie Betts is on the DL, Benintendi has been starting, so I'll get a leadoff hitter here at 5,000. Benintendi has come alive the last couple of weeks. He's just been unbelievable. In his last 10 games, he's hitting .385, .872 slugging percentage. That is unreal. With 4 home runs during that stretch, 2 triples, 3 doubles, 15 hits. Just unbelievable. At home, as I mentioned, this guy absolutely crushes it at home. .374 batting average compared to .220 on the road. It's not even a small sample size, a nearly identical number of at-bats, but it's just a great signal of how important it is hitting in Fenway for a lot of these Red Sox hitters. Benintendi's no different, and against righties, Benintendi is the man. He's hitting .322 with a .591 slugging percentage against righties. So Benintendi's obviously in a great spot like a lot of these Red Sox hitters. The last outfield is going to be kind of a low-owned play, I believe. I think Brandon Nimmo is in an excellent spot against Alex Cobb. Cobb has been downright dreadful against left-handed bats this season. Cobb has given up a .422 batting average with a .687 slugging percentage against lefties this season. I think the Mets might be a little sneaky stack here. They do have a lot of lefties, and Nimmo is the best option. Leading off for this Mets team, he has shown a ton of power. Recently, he has 4 home runs in his last 10 games, .676 slugging percentage during that stretch, and he's a great hitter against right-handed pitching. Against righties, Nimmo is hitting .322 with a .667 slugging percentage. And as I mentioned, Cobb is just dreadful against lefties, so I think Nimmo at 4,400 is a really nice low-owned play that has the potential to really get you a lot of return. I mean, a lot of these games he's getting you double digits. A lot of these games he has home runs. Lots of games he's getting multiple hits. So he's in an excellent spot here. He's really locked in at the plate. So like Nimmo at 4,400. Another guy at the outfield I think I like, if you're not that comfortable with Nimmo, is Chad Pinder at 3,700. Depending on where he hits in the batting order, he's always been a great hitter against lefties, and on the road he's absolutely great. Once again, like a lot of these A's on the road, they're great. 304 on the road, and against lefties he's hitting over 300 this season. So I think Chad Pinder's in a good spot, depending on where he hits in the batting order. I mean, if he's hitting anywhere in the top 5, I'll definitely consider him. But there you have it. Those are 6 guys I really like for today. Thanks for watching. Please be sure to drop a like and make sure you're subscribed, and good luck today.